Welcome back to the fig greenhouse. We're in Southern Illinois. This is Fig and Fruits Greenhouse. I'm Troy, and today we're going to start back into pruning these fig trees in different forms, different Espalier forms, and talk about it. So let's get started. All right, here we go again. This here is yellow longneck. And I'm going to kind of change some of the way it is. I like some of the way it is, but I don't like some of the way it is. It's huge. But I'm going to start off with and I'm going to try to keep some apical buds. I'm kind of trying to look here. I don't normally like to keep things that are on the bottom, but I think I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to prune this thing back to here. And kind of, sometimes you got to figure out really what works best. And you got to kind of start pruning on it before you can really tell. This is you really don't need to be any further past this. Because I got another tree I'd like to have there. So, I think at this point, we'll prune it off right here at this marker. And right here. Get this untied. Well, we've had it tied down for the year. That's why I like to use that stuff. Generally it unties pretty easy. All right, that shortens it up quite a bit. And we could let that go on and tie that up from right there next year and leave a bud here so it can kind of, actually it don't need to because I'm kind of sitting right where the box needs to go. So we'll go ahead and leave one note there. Got to kind of let that grow up this way. I don't think I want to keep that. You can see I pruned it to there last year. Let's go ahead and kind of do the same style again. Okay with that going straight up from there. That would be great. Prune this inside one back here. Don't necessarily have to have one coming up here when you got this one. Okay, could grow this way too. It just kind of gives you more options. I don't want this one here on the bottom. And since this one's on the ground like this, I really don't like that. Let's get rid of that because I really want it to grow up. I'm only going to leave this one because it's apical and it's already kind of can be brought up. Kind of get right there. That's kind of a little below this. Kind of come right on down the way here. Need that. I think I'm going to cut this back to here and then just leave a note there. Now, I don't really like these ones on the ground, but I think I'm going to get rid of this one back here. I've got 2 apicals coming up out of here. I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to just cut this whole thing off here, and we're going to just keep these instead of sprouting back from here. These will be ready to go in the spring. But now I'm going to have to be kind of careful. I'm going to get in here. I don't want to get into be cutting something I don't want to cut, so let's kind of cut it from this way. Yeah, then see, that gives us 2 apical buds that we can tie back up next year, and away they go. Kind of like this one here. I think I'm going to keep it. I don't want this little one here. Might even pull this one here over. I believe I will. I'm going to pull that one back over. Let's eliminate this. Let's go ahead and eliminate both of these here. Now we got a few apicals going. We're going to keep these so they can come back out. We'll eliminate this one. Now, let's see what we got going on back here. This is a big old trunk of a tree, but I could get a few apical buds here, but I don't like this little one because we got this one here. It's going to take its place, so I'm going to trim this out of here, and I'm going to trim this in here out of here. Looks like this is going to call for that. And so before I start cutting all of that, it's easier to really kind of just cut them off, and it's a lot easier to handle when you cut them in pieces like that. Get rid of that. Now, we know we're just going to cut this back because we're going to keep this. All right, on with the hack job. Oh, we got 2 branches here. Really don't need but 1, so I'm going to get rid of the lower one, and we'll keep that. Now, let's see what else we got here. I'm okay with this setup. We could use something coming out here maybe. We've also got this. And it's got an apical on it we could pin up, and we do here too. But I don't really care about this bottom branch. Get rid of that. I'm thinking we need to let that go. Then we can bring this in, and then in the spring we could just, we'll stake it up like that and let it grow. That'll give us another bud. I don't like this one crossing, but I like this one. We'll leave some of it. Now let's try to cut some of this out here in front of me back. See what we got here. I like these standing up here. I don't necessarily need this one here, but I definitely want to leave that. Actually, let's go ahead and cut this back. Really and truly, this whole piece here needs to go somewhere. I mean, that's all you can just say about it. It just needs to, this needs a different shape. Completely. And it just needs to be ran on this. I think I'm just going to get it on this one. Would be the best. We cut all these lower ones off like this. This is the end of the line here, so we don't really want to go any further than that. We'll stop there. Same way here, I have no issue with stopping way on back here. We'll just go ahead and untie it, because we're going to cut all this off. A little on the fence, I think I'm just going to trim this piece here back. That'll still give it a place to kind of shoot up. You know, honestly, a person could get rid of this center arm here and let that one grow. I kind of want to leave it in the middle and rather eliminate this and then kind of eliminate. I don't know, does that need to be eliminated? Can be questionable, but I know I'm going to cut this back to here because this is way over, so we're going to cut it back to here. We won't quite cut it all out, but we'll cut most of it out. Got a nice start on that one. Person could just plant the whole piece, really, if he wanted to. Got one sticking out here we need to get rid of. I don't really feel like I need all this other stuff hanging out over here either. Now let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that kind of makes it look a lot different. Got a few apical buds left on it for next year. We'll tie these down where they ain't sticking up. Would like to have some out here on the end, but it's getting too much into. This is called a Dom Blanca Negra, and I'd like to let it have some more room, see what it can do. I really probably should cut this here off and cut this here off. That's better. Because now it's kind of growing more upward. Now it'll grow more up here. I've kind of come to the conclusion on these things, you want to kind of get them to quit growing so that you need a little bit of room to kind of walk in between here. They can get pretty prolific. So, all right, there's what's left of the yellow long neck.